Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna look at SB19 and their performance of ILAW because you guys recommended that. When I reacted to Gento a couple of days ago on the Wish Bus, I mentioned that I would love to see something more lyrical, slower, more balladic, more focused on their vocals, and everybody bombarded me with ILAW and this particular performance. So I was like, who am I to deny you this? So I'm super excited about finally hearing my boys fully sing. Apparently every single member is gonna sing, so I am more than excited. But first I have a little favor to ask from you. I am currently in making a really cool project that will contain a lot of your favorite bands and performers and singers, but I am a dire need to build up my social media further than from my homeland, which is YouTube. So please make sure to go and follow me on my Instagram. I will be uploading some mini covers there and a lot of singing tips, so it will be definitely worth it and I will really appreciate it. And now without any further ado, SB19 and ILAW, let's go. Okay, the sound is a little strange, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably assume, but you guys recommended me especially a Rappler, so I'm gonna go with this video, but the sound is definitely a little strange. So if you are gonna watch at home and you're gonna be like, okay, this is a very strange sound, she probably edited it weirdly. No, this is the original video. Sometimes I think Rappler is a live radio, if I'm right, so this could happen with the live performances. I'm surprised that they didn't kind of fix the sound, but hey, we're gonna roll with this and we're gonna see.
Wala naman mahanap aking susi. Laang lupalap ko bato na itabi. Pasintabi na naman. Nalilito, nahihilo na sa inyo. Nasaan na nga ba ang sarili kong pagkatao?
Okay, he has thankfully a nicely set microphone so we can hear this very properly. I want you to watch the shape of his mouth. Look how beautifully he is opening every single vowel that we are getting. Nicely dropping the jaw, but also the corners are up, so creating a little bit more additional space. Every single tone he developed so beautifully, was really nicely supported, and then when he jumped in that head mix, it was really solid and stable, which can be really hard. You can really miss hits and get into either above or under the pitch. So that you can see his frontal teeth exposed. It's a beautiful shape for especially this more of a belty sounds. Oh. Also, beautiful shape, gorgeously supported tones. You can hear the support in the power of the tone. It's louder, but it doesn't feel restricted and tight. So this would be strength. You can hear immediately, like, oh, okay, something is like really not fitting. When the tone is really nicely supported, it has space. And he's doing it gorgeously. Oh, okay. This is my biggest surprise so far. I knew that he could sing, but that was very technically well done. Every single tone was nicely supported and the highest one was slightly mixed. I am really surprised. Very well done. Amazing job. Oh, look at our prince. Okay, let me just rewind it a tiny little bit. I'm just gonna start to call Stell the Filipino prince. I like that little growl there.
Yan ang makita nyo, tunay na ako, di nagtatago. Sa likod ng bumubulag na ilaw na to.
I know why you wanted me to see this performance. I know why now. Because this was, especially this like a main chorus line, was handled so perfectly by all three of them. I mean, Stell is like styling on us at this point, you know? So he not only has a really good technique, but he's starting to add a lot of embellishments on top. So he doesn't have just a really balanced kind of singing style, but now he's just adding on to get a little bit more layers, to get a little bit more fancy stuff. So we get growls here and there, we get cries. So he's almost like a building up, which is kind of the next professional level of singing. You have a solid style, you have a solid kind of technique, and that's where you start building up to get it into another level. But my God, so well done. All three of them. Fantastic. Fantastic chorus.
Napapamuni-muni sa kawalan ng huni. Di mapapirmi aking sarili. Ilaw na.
Great job. Can be really, really hard for support to jump into that high tone, and he didn't completely diffuse it in air. So, no, he gave it a little bit of a value there. So he had to keep a little bit of a support on the top tone as well, so it can be a little cleaner.
Ang dahilan kung ako ngayon nasanay, ngunit kailangan kong magpahinga, patayin ang ilang pansamantala.
I'm really, really shocked and surprised and happy with him. He has such a solid technique every time he goes for a tone and open belt. Look at him. He opens every single one of them. There is no hesitation. There's a perfect support there.
Inakalang magbabago, kabayaran ba dito'y sarili ko'y maglalaho?
They have a very solid technique across the band and a very similar one. So I'm going to go ahead and assume they probably have one vocal coach, because it is very consistent from one member to another. You don't have anyone who would be doing like an obvious technical mistake in those higher tones. All of them are trying their hardest to really support the top tones. Some are having a little bit more success with doing that. But honestly, the technique, very, very consistent. So I'm going to go ahead. They have one vocal coach because, and he's doing a great, or she's doing a great job, because you can definitely tell that they've been definitely coached to apply a proper technique when it's needed and where it's needed.
Kung may tenga sa mga bulong ko, kahit pa ako'y sumigaw ay malabo. Tao po, pakinggan nyo naman ako.
I have to say that Stell with those like new little quirks that he's having, and he's like really implementing them into his technique and making them like really a staple. So like Stell's little quirks. And I love that the growl is getting to be one of them. He's reminding me of like a Prince version of Morissette, like literally. When it comes to how he is utilizing his technique and now the little growls, I'm like, we've got like a male version of Mori. Let's go. Also a fantastic work with microphone. So he knows exactly where his power is gonna be. So a very, very good work with microphone as well, so we do not go completely deaf. And mind you, Pablo is the main rapper, and I'm like the most impressed with him this round and this performance, because his main, let it sink in. Pablo is a main rapper, and he might as well have like a solid solo career as a singer with this technique and how he applied it. And he has a very, very subtle huskiness in his voice and in those belts and oh my god, he might as well have a solid solo career right there. Wow. Pablo literally stole me this one.
Patungo sa presinto, nag-iisip ng kung ano-ano, kailan bang laya ko dito.
This boy is so good with conveying emotions. You just look at his face and you feel exactly what he wants you to feel. He like transfers the emotions so well.
Heto na naman ako, pwede bang ipagpaliban muna ng isang linggo? Pwede muna bang hinto?
That was a beautiful slide. You can slide into your mixed space very, very nicely. So slides are very often utilized exactly for this, like, because you can get into your mixed voice very easily through the slide, and was very well done. The way his voice is just so heavy and husky is just, it has so much drive and power. Oh, I love him. Why is this so emotional? Everybody's like, oh. Sir. Ooh, that was, okay. Oh my God. Okay. So we started from a belt and then translated into more of a chest mix, but he structured it. He made it a much more structured tone, so he added a little bit of texture on top of it to create that really rock sound. Oh my God, it was so well done. That sounded so well there. Okay, Stell with the ad-libs. You know why Stell's voice is just so perfect in SB19? A lot of other members do have a little bit more husky and very grounded, earthy voices. And Stell's voice is very bright and just very clean. So he creates the perfect kind of like antithesis, like the other pole to all of the other tone qualities in the SB19. And that's why, for example, it fell so nicely that he was doing all the ad-libs in here. So all the husky, earthy voices were making the main melody, and Stell's really gorgeous, bright, and just clean tone was covered beautifully in those ad-libs. It fit perfectly. Cuts through. I got goosebumps. Uh, I didn't expect this in any shape or form. So don't get me wrong, I knew that it's gonna be a solid vocal performance, at least definitely from the two singers that I already do know that are very, very good. But Pablo, excuse me, I need more. I need more vocal performances like this from SB19. I am so like I have goosebumps. I'm excited. I'm kind of a little sad because I'm not sure if there are more vocal performances like this, but they fell beautifully in this. And also I have to praise them so much because if you look at the rappers, in a lot of bands, especially boy bands, rappers are just not required to have some very refined singing technique. You want some basic singing from them, some solid basic singing, okay? You do not expect them to have such a solid, very nicely established technique across the register because there were a lot of jumps in a head voice and some falsettos. There's been everything. There's been even structure. From Pablo, I was just like, good job. Like, these are solid, open, very nice belts, or even like the chest mix, really nice. And then he got that structure in, like the texture in his belt, and I was like, where is this coming from? You're not even utilizing this on a daily. You don't do this. So I have so much respect towards especially rappers in this line, like whole rap line from the SB19. Singers are great. We know that. Stell is like literally like making waves internationally with his singing, right? For example. But from the rappers in here, big props to them because they wouldn't have to. They don't have to, but they do. And also let me know if you would like to see Stell covering Defying Gravity because I was looking at that for some time now. Please don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe right here. Here is the video that YouTube actually recommends for you. And here is the rest of my Filipino reactions. Please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time.